Hello guys, we're back again with the AG Fitness Training Podcast, episode 12. Hello. So, as promised last week, we're going to touch quickly, but we're going to talk quite a lot about recovery.
Yep.
Seems neither of us are recovering well.
Ever.
Yeah,
Ever.
at all.
It's alright this week.
Yeah, I feel better. Last week I didn't feel good, and the week before I didn't feel good. And the week before I didn't feel good, but this week I feel alright.
Yeah.
Feel good. Feel
40%
strong. Yeah. instead of 39. So first point I've got written down for recovery is effective programming, periodization.
Yeah. Words.
Yeah, go explain periodization.
Periodization. Yeah. So how would we go through periodization? Easier enough to say. Guys, we'll be working in. Depends how you do it. Working in blocks of 4 to 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, or even your program. I'm not sure, 16 weeks. That's a whole thing. Yeah, it's a whole program. So it depends again on how your program's set up for you. Again, I'll touch on the deloads. Personally, myself, I like to deload every 4th week, but I used to do it every 6th week. So again, that comes into how fatigued I feel. And again, it depends if you've got a transition in your program, whatever. So you might have 2 weeks of complete nothing, what you've been doing for the previous 4 to 6 weeks, and then you go straight back into it for the next 4 to 6 weeks. And yeah.
I think periodization basically. Well, like you said, you explained it really well there. But I think the main point is you're not lifting heavy all the time, because otherwise that will lead to
central nervous system breakdown.
You struggle to recover from lifting heavy,
regardless of.
It's like if your effective programming, you're not going to program back squat 7 days a week. Back squat heavy. Seven times a week. Even when I'm back squatting 4 times a week, because some days it's lighter and higher rep schemes. Yeah. And some days it's heavier and lower rep schemes. You're not going to program yourself heavy all the way through.
So
otherwise you will.
Yeah, so your central nervous system will just be obliterated. You'll be knackered, and you'll feel it, and you'll feel weak, and you'll feel rubbish, and you'll not want to train, and then it'll just decline, slow decline.
Exactly, that's it.
Descent into mayhem. That's why. Again, we're talking about recovery and where you can improve, or if you're in that kind of decline just now, where you're plateauing, will recovery help you? Will deload help you?
Definitely. I find that if I'm ever at a sticking point where I can't increase my weights or whatever, then take a week. Take a week, deload, or just completely step away for a week. I like to once every 6 months. I like to step away for just a complete week anyway.
6 months and stuff.
Like I'll have deload weeks. But then once every 6 months,
just not
at
do
least,
anything.
just total week off, reset the body, recover.
Swim for a week.
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
And by deload week, that is just going lighter. For a week, just lighter.
Explain deload as well. I was saying with my deload, I work off 60% on 1 rep maxes and do 3 sets of 3, and that's it. Regardless of if it's a pause squat, speed squat, deadlift. So every weight I'm doing is basically the same weight, regardless if I know I can do 10 reps with it or.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just.
I think the temptation there on your deload week as well is to just go ham and just I can do well heavier than this, and then it becomes a not deload week, and
as much
as you want to go heavy every workout, it's. You need to have your deload weeks, and you need to have your lighter days in order to progress.
But definitely progress and recover. Same thing when it comes to like if you find yourself plateauing, and we're going to that change it up a little bit. But if you're struggling with your squats and you move on to something like you do front squats for 4 weeks and see what changes your back squat and just stuff like that. Just little things that. Again, you're recovering in a way because you're not putting your body through the strenuous back squatting, but you're front squatting, and you're not going to front squat as much as you're going back squat unless you're mutant. But so it's a good way to even bench press. I mean, I've started to do incline bench press just to change up a bit to recover. Just little things. It doesn't. Again, it doesn't have to. You don't have to go heavy all the time, as we said. So it's just try new things, and see. Then go back after 4 or 5 weeks. see if it makes a difference, and you go, well, maybe that's where I was weak in my upper chest, or my lower back wasn't as strong as I thought. And that's how you figure these things out.
Agreed. The next point I actually had was rest, but I suppose we've just touched on that there with deloads and effective programming, making sure you've programmed in your rest days and whatnot.
Taking a week off after
a week off, that sort of stuff. And then we can move on to the nutrition side of things, which is obviously super important in recovering from your workouts. I think, nutrition.
Yeah, that's your neck of the woods more than me, because my nutrition's not bad. I'm just not eating enough. So.
Yeah, and that is the main thing I find when people struggle to recover. It's because they're squatting or deadlifting multiple times a week, doing big heavy lifts, but they're also trying to get lean at the same time. Yeah, and that's where you're really, really going to struggle. In my opinion, if you're going for a big heavy program, then you want to be in a calorie surplus. Yeah, you're going to be gaining weight with that training. If you're looking to lose weight, then again, you need to set up your program effectively to run with that. In my humble opinion, and from my experience,
you've had the experience.
You're not gonna. Well, if you're looking to drop weight, you're not going to set. It's unlikely you're going to set any PRs. Yeah. Possibly, I find I actually feel stronger in the first 3-4 weeks when I've started dieting, and I think that's just because the first 3-4 weeks actually my calories tend to stay the same. Just I make the quality of my food better.
That's right.
But yeah, the majority of your gains, the majority of no matter what your goal size gains or strength gains, you're going to see when you are in a calorie surplus. And I'm not talking like 1,000 calorie surplus. I'm talking about like a very 5%, 10% surplus, just enough. 5%. Rich guy. Just enough to enable you to recover and give you the extra calories to.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, you need. I think if you, as I said, nailed it on the head. If you're training heavy and hard and often, you need to eat. You need
to fuel that. You can't. I was trying to use the car analogy here. You can't expect to go on a long drive without filling the car up with petrol.
I work every day. It's like climbing up and down stairs, the windows on your shoulders. It's like, well, I'm like an engine. I need more fuel to do this.
Exactly. That's it.
People find it strange. If you eat so much. Cars wouldn't work. Exactly. I use the same. A car now is the easiest one to use. It's the best one.
Yeah, definitely.
That makes sense.
You've got to fuel your training, especially if you are going heavy and hard.
Yeah,
definitely. And then just the quality of food you eat as well. I think from a performance point of view, you're going to perform better when your diet's better. If you're eating shit, you've got the extra calories. But if you're eating good quality food where you can, or the majority of the time, then you're going to recover a lot better just for the nutrients and whatnot you get thrown in there. And that tends to be one where maybe powerlifters aren't so tight with on the diet and tend to just eat
calories.
I mean, it does depend on size as well. If you're hitting, to be fair, I'm about 4,000 calories a day at the moment. If I'm hitting that in clean food. I'm gonna fucking struggle. You'll be way more than that as well. Trying to eat that volume of food and clean food is very difficult.
Yeah, my sneaky go-to is the old 4 slices of toast with peanut butter and 4 eggs, scrambled eggs.
Do the job.
1,500 calories in that usually.
Yeah,
that's it.
Job. Yeah.
One of them a day. If it's halfway there, it's great.
Definitely. So ideally you do want the food quality to be good, but have you ever tried eating 4,000 calories a day of chicken, rice and broccoli?
And rice cakes and fish.
Exactly, that's it. I tend to go to pasta. It's quite a good one.
Gnocchi.
I love gnocchi. Gnocchi is the gnocchi with little cut up sausages in it. It's the best.
I did the old. I stopped eating bread for ages just to see if it did anything.
Yeah.
And I reckon, I'll be honest with you, I reckon I did lean out of it, but I didn't feel as strong because it's that heavy carb.
It's just I was going to say it's just.
I eat it again and it feels amazing to have it.
Yeah.
So good.
I would never cut bread on with that.
No, I did it because Franny wondered if he was wheat stuff.
Right.
Celiac, that's the word.
Yep.
So we just tried to check, and that wasn't
good.
Didn't eat bread for
ages. Good. Okay. So calories.
A quick question to Andy from me here.
Food quality. Yeah, go for it.
After training,
yep.
recovery wise, what would you go for? High protein or high carbs, or would you
both?
Yeah. Well,
both.
Okay, both. What would you
I tend to
more?
after training, I tend to hit a protein shake and a banana, like sort of as soon as possible afterwards. In an ideal world, I would hit a protein shake and a banana immediately afterwards, and then within like an hour and a half, a big meal of just everything, carbs, fats.
No, that's I just had
protein,
immediately. So
everything.
I'm a bit more of I prefer probably slightly higher carbs after a session than.
Yeah, I mean, I like to get the protein in. But yeah, carbs as well, because otherwise I'm going to die. Yeah, if you don't have a protein shake within 5 minutes of finishing your workout, then you're going to die.
You'll literally shrivel up and then blow up, combust.
Yeah. It's like what happens if you Google. The
world just ends.
Yeah, so nutrition, calorie surplus, food quality, macronutrient breakdown can be important as well. I mean, just ensuring that you're getting enough of each macronutrient group, which we can touch on macronutrient-based diets.
Did I tell you about the guy that didn't have his macros on day and ate 12 bananas when he got home? Did I tell you about him?
So you can die from that. I'm sure I remember. We've said this in another podcast,
or we just spoke about it. But that's the thing. If you're doing the micros and the macro stuff, then look into it. Don't just go, right, 12 bananas, that'll do. It's just...
Yeah, I'm going to write that down. We can touch on macronutrient diet in another podcast, because I can talk about that for...
days.
For a long time, and that's not really what this
is about.
Podcast
no,
is
that's
about.
True.
So
I'll dance in the back.
Written that down, and we will cover that on
the next one.
Another time.
Number 13 or 14?
Yeah.
15. We'll see.
Supplementation for recovery. Most folk, if you've listened to the podcast a couple of times, you'll probably know what we're going to say here anyway.
I don't know. Hardcore drugs. ZMAs.
Magnesium, zinc. That's what I've got written down. A multivit's not going to go amiss, and
vitamin D. Just get the D in you.
Get some D.
It's the best one, vitamin D, because we don't have enough of it here now. I'll reiterate it because I think it's.
Again, I think we spoke about that last week.
Yeah, no, we definitely.
And that's what prompted us to talk about recovery.
Anything else that's good for recovery?
Loads of things are good for recovery, but those are my main ones.
Yeah.
Magnesium, zinc you can get in your ZMAs. Multivit if you struggle to hit your vitamins.
Yeah.
And
cod oils.
Cod liver oil again. I'd be taking that anyway.
You got to think of things you can. I mean, these
are things you can get out of food.
The word supplement is the main word here. What you can't get. That's what I'm saying. That's why I think vitamin D is the most important, because we don't get enough of it naturally. So that's the best supplement for me.
Definitely. And the last point on recovery is sleep.
That is something I'm awful at. So I like what you spoke about last time with the whole red light thing, and that interested me.
Yeah, again,
I don't know much about that.
We talked about sleep in one of the other podcasts. It was like 5.
No,
6?
it would have been like 9, 8. Was that?
Oh, really?
It wasn't that long ago. No.
Okay, well, we spoke about sleep in one of them. If you just go back on the podcast thing, and it'll be in the title somewhere.
So this is a bit different about recovery, I guess.
But yeah, recovery. I mean, just ensuring that you get enough good quality sleep.
Yeah.
I think that's the important thing to say there.
I think is it X amount of hours you need, or do you think it's a bit, silly?
Do you know what? I think it's really. I mean, obviously the textbook answer is 8 hours, but I think everybody's different. If you're used to getting 6 hours sleep, and then you're going to have 8 hours, you're probably going to feel fucked.
Remember you said that last time. Yeah, you
overslept.
You overslept. I overslept on Sunday. I think I woke up at like 9, which is unheard of when I'm usually waking up at 6:30, and I felt so
you feel terrible.
It
sucks. It sucks. It usually screws me up for the whole day if I oversleep.
Yeah.
Witnessed. Yeah.
I'm not too bad. I think, as you're saying, if you're used to sleeping between 6 and 7 hours, then you're fine.
Yeah.
I do believe that sleep's the best form of recovery.
Yeah.
So the more you quality sleep, that's I think the difference is not just sleeping for hours, but if you get quality sleep for 6-7 hours, you're fine.
Definitely.
6 to 8 in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, in an ideal world, 8 hours quality sleep.
I think
textbook answer, but having said that, this is the real world. Who sleeps for 8 hours that isn't a student or retired?
Again, I think that this comes into what you do. So if you're training, you want 8 hours. But if you're just having a normal day and you're not doing much, 6 hours you should be fine.
Yeah.
It depends on what you've done the day before.
Yeah, it's true.
Simple as that. I think that's the best way to look at it. So.
But yeah, if you have everything else on point, your programming's good, you're resting, nutrition's good, supplementation's good, everything's good, and you're still struggling to recover, then this is something you want to look at: is am I getting enough sleep, and is my sleep good quality?
Yeah.
Again, if you refer to the previous podcast, then you can see what we've got to say about that.
And
get some tips.
Talk about that weird sleep test I told you with the spoons. It's to test how quick you fall asleep. So you have to, Stu, I don't know why I read about it, but you have to go to sleep during the day, and you lie in bed and you put a metal tray next to you and you hold a spoon out. So it's like set a timer, and as you fall asleep, and you'll know when you spoon, we obviously relax, spoon will hit the tray, it'll wake you up, and you'll see how long it's taking to fall asleep. And I can't remember what the figures were. I can't remember, it was like, if you fall asleep within 3 to 5 minutes, you're not sleeping properly. 5 to 7, you're actually not bad, and like 7 to 9, then you'll sleep really well. It's one of these really weird things. I need to look into it again.
I don't know if I'd be able to fall asleep while I was holding a spoon.
It's during the day as well. I was like, that's a really weird test because it'll be bright.
Yeah.
But that's what it's meant to be. I can't remember where I read that. I'll find it for you again.
Definitely. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but
yeah.
But there we go. Yeah, it's worth.
I think that's what they say. If you fall asleep relatively quickly, you don't sleep as well. But it takes you a wee while. But I always think if I take.
It's not good then, because like last night, my head hit the pillow within about 30 seconds.
Yeah, but I
fell asleep within about 30 seconds, and my head hit the pillow.
I don't believe that's what I don't really believe that test. Like sometimes the sleeps where you say you hit the pillow, and then you wake up and it's 8 hours later, like, oh, okay, and you still feel crap. You ever had those ones?
Oh, definitely. I think for me, a big thing at the moment is every single night I wake up at the same time, like half one in the morning, every single night. For me personally, I think that's a massive stress thing that I need to work on, because I'm stressed out of my box.
Do you get that? Like, I've been doing the same as you, but I remember more recently, as I said, doing it. I wake up at like. Just wake up and I go, oh man, it must be like 5 o'clock. I slept so well.
Talking about sleep, and I've just started yawning.
I'm saying, it's like I thought I slept so well. And look at my watch. I was like, our phone. Sorry, and it's like I've only been sleeping for 2.5 hours. Like why didn't I just get up? I feel so good. Then you go back to sleep and you're like, oh man.
That's it. That's what happens to me.
Really
Sometimes
weird.
I wake up about 4:30, 5.
You said that before, yeah.
And usually I'd wake up about 6:15, and I wake up at like 4:30, 5, and there's that real debate of, shall I just get out of bed now? And on the one hand, if I got out of bed then, I'd probably feel great until about lunchtime, and then I'd die. But having said that, I then wake up at 6:15 and feel like shit.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, sleep's important. And I was saying it's the quality side. That's what we're looking at.
The quality of the sleep.
Because I had a quality 2.5 hours sleep and I felt amazing, and then I went back to bed and didn't really get out of bed. I just looked at the clock. Why am I awake? Why am I so awake?
Yeah.
Horrible.
Cool. Recovery is done. And now we're gonna
go questions or anything you want to add to yourself?
Of course, questions.
Any of your own techniques, I guess, to fall asleep you've had and used in the past, stuff like that, to help other folk out like us.
Yeah, definitely. Send us anything. Tweet, the normal stuff. So as you know, we are coming up hard and fast into Christmas, and we actually get some time off work. Living the dream.
It's like this is technically an early holiday. So we booked one day off in March.
I've booked a day off in March, which I'm probably not going to get.
Pushing yourself.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, we are coming up into Christmas, and we've noticed, I think last week the gym was a lot quieter than usual. So you begin to see people sort of dropping off and falling out of the gym at this time of year.
And then January is boom, everyone's back. Instead of maintaining it. Go on to sorry. Jump in the gun, apologies.
Mate, you've thrown me off my trail of thought.
Sorry. People aren't
people. So people are beginning to, Christmas parties are coming up. It's a little bit colder. It's a little bit darker. People are struggling to make it to the gym. And we've still got our good couple of guys that are here religiously all the time. But I mean, I'm just talking about the general population here. It's getting to that time of year. It's dark, it's cold. You get in, house is warm. It's cold outside. You don't want to leave. Christmas parties are coming up, so if people sort of think, oh well, what's the point in going to the gym because I'm just going to ruin it at the party, stuff like that. So I mean, over on Facebook this week we've got going out are some tips to consider for staying on track with your fitness and nutrition over the festive period
when gyms are closing.
Yeah,
again, we've spoken about this in the past where It's obviously a bit different because it's a whole lot of whole season of stuff. But we're saying even if you're traveling, there's plenty of things you can do.
Yeah,
you can find
exactly.
a gym. But this is also different when things are closed. What have you got to do?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the home workouts and stuff are there, but sometimes people don't. Christmas, I think, as much as I love the gym, I'm not one of those guys that's going to say, no, you must gym every day. I will not fucking be coming to the gym on Christmas Day. It's not happening. Some people love that. I won't be here on Boxing Day either. I'm going to take some time off and chill out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it. I get that people don't want to go to the gym, or work out at all, home workouts, whatever. So staying on track over the festive period, what can you do? I think for me, a massive one is walking.
Yeah, well, I think
dependent on the weather. Sometimes it's a white Christmas and it's nice and snowy. You can go out for a walk in the snow.
Yeah, or sometimes it's bright.
Maybe not on Christmas Day, but Boxing Day, people tend to go for.
I think people do it. First footing and all that stuff as well.
Yeah,
used to do that. But I think because it's such a family time, I think it's quite a nice thing to do. Is go out for a big family walk.
Agreed.
Even if you drive somewhere to go on a walk, you're still doing the walking side of it.
Yeah, exactly.
But Andy makes it quite simple. He put it as easy as you can understand it. As people just kind of go, Christmas time, relax, watch TV for 20 hours constantly, stuff like that.
To be fair, that's what I'm going to be like Christmas Eve, half of Christmas Eve anyway, because I'm in here in the morning. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, I'm going to be stuck behind the Xbox shooting folk. But yeah, agreed. So a walk, like you said, family thing. I know for sure Boxing Day I'm going to be at my parents', which is in the middle of nowhere, so I'm definitely going to go for a stroll with the doggos.
I mean, you got dogs to walk. I mean, people have pets. I mean, I've seen people walk cats, which is weird.
It's a bit strange.
I've seen it in the East End, West End. Walking a cat and people walking a fish. What do you call them? Bearded dragon.
Oh wow!
Yeah, on a leash. It was quite odd.
Is that allowed?
Why not? I don't know. Why not?
I don't know. I don't know. It's not something I've.
Well, I've seen things that you wouldn't imagine. So don't worry. But no, that's the thing. If you've got dogs, I'll go for a walk. We'll be doing that on Christmas, Boxing Day. There's
Christmas. I'm not leaving the fucking house. That's not happening. Boxing Day.
It's the best thing. If it's a nice day on Christmas, you'll go outside. So we'll always, because we've got the dogs to walk, so we'll walk the dog anyway.
True.
And then we've got a little niece to look after, so she'll keep us going. Because it is family time, and you'll sit about and you'll eat things that you don't usually eat, and you'll eat in a massive amount. That even if you're not a big eater, you will consume a load just because it's Christmas, regardless, and it'll be terrible.
I think my one point is, and it's going massively against the flow of what you'll hear from a lot of other gyms and trainers and whatnot, is it's fucking Christmas. Like, enjoy yourself. You don't want to be restricting yourself. Oh, I can't eat that and stuff like that. Like, just go for it. It's one day. Like. But I think the important thing is not letting that one day then spill out over the next 2 weeks that you're maybe off work. So a little bit of moderation. But on Christmas Day, I'm like, just enjoy yourself.
Christmas Day is always on outside funny people like that you don't usually expect. First in the morning is like, what do you call it, champagne and orange juice. Like, drink it at like 7 in the morning. Not my cup of tea. I might even have a beer on Christmas Day. You'll be drunk. You'll be on the floor. Oh, mate, that's what we should talk about. And you've been drunk. We should talk about alcohol on a podcast as well. I'm just going to write that down. See, that's a tough one. I know it's a bit, we'll say it now, it's a bit tough on both of us because I know it's the big drinkers. Yeah. But being involved and around it for a long time and seeing people, it'd be easy to talk about it that way. Yeah, definitely. But anyway, going back, staying on track over the festive period. Walks. There's going to be a lot of turkey kicking about. Turkey's a really lean meat and it's high in protein, and high protein foods are going to keep you satiated, feeling full. Yep. Therefore, reducing the need to snack on the chocolates. Now, plus you're guaranteed 99% of people after Christmas dinner will sleep. Yep. KO. It's that what do you call it? Food coma type thing. Food coma. There's a word for it, but what are you releasing? What's the word you're looking for now? It's gone. I don't know. I don't know. I do know, but it's somewhere way in the back of my brain from like 3 years ago. I'm trying to think what it's called. It's like you're fighting. You've got to sort of. It's the opposite one from cortisol. Oh, okay. Because you got your sort of your two basic reactions of fight and flight.
is when you're in a stress situation, so you're up and ready. When people like summon superhuman strength to like pull cars off of people and stuff like that. It's that cortisol. But this is the other one.
Lost in the back of my head. Doesn't matter.
Who knows? Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Apart from us.
But yeah, your high protein foods there are going to keep you feeling full. So I would say you want to load up where possible on your high protein foods. Turkey, which you're going to be eating for like 3 weeks after Christmas anyway. Yeah. And veggies.
There's plenty of veggies.
Foods that are going to keep you full. Chocolates do not fill you up, so you'll probably have a million of them to fill you up.
Bellyache.
And you will get bellyache, yeah. Touch on chocolates as well. If you open a box of Celebrations, I'm not going to ask for. There's been a question kicking about the gym. There's been a question kicking about the gym this week. If you opened a box of Celebrations, what's the first one you would have? And the answer, of course, is the Malteser Celebration. Some absolute, don't look at me like that, some absolute psychopath on one of our boot camps said that she would have a Bounty first. I'm going to just pause for a second so you can just gasp. I know, right? A Bounty.
Yeah, but I
nearly phoned the police.
I'd go for a Milky Way personally.
I can give you that, but a Malteser is still the best one. The best.
Galaxy caramel. Not the Galaxy caramel. It'll be something else caramel.
I think, in my opinion, it goes Malteser.
I know what you.
Galaxy caramel. No, Malteser, Milky Way, Galaxy caramel, Mars, then the normal Galaxy, and then whatever else is left.
But see, you don't like coconut.
I don't like coconut, so a Bounty's never going to win.
No.
However, if I did like coconut, I'd still choose a Malteser first.
Oh, of course you would. Because they're big Maltesers, they're amazing.
Bounty. Anyway,
you're gonna get some sort of weird
off topic.
Instead of anthrax, you're gonna get desiccated coconut in a post one day.
Just be sick everywhere. It's disgusting. I can't stand coconut. It's horrible. Anyway, if you open up a box of Celebrations, what's the first one you would have? No. If you opened up a box of Celebrations, put them in the cupboard or somewhere out of sight. Because the temptation is, if you leave them in the kitchen, I'll just have one, and next thing one turns into like 100, and
then you're just you're around like a bunch of wrappers, feeling like
exactly. That you go into the box, and there's just wrappers there,
and Bounties,
and wrappers and Bounties, because they're the worst. Snickers as well. I don't like Snickers.
Absolutely. You don't like nuts.
Anyway, yeah, putting the box of chocolates away is going to make all the difference.
There's a lot of carby stuff coming on. People have like breadsticks and pretzels, and you've got your rooty vegetables are going to be your parsnips, your carrots, your potatoes.
Touching on that, I would fill up on potatoes as well. White potato is one of the most satiating foods you can eat.
Oh hell yeah!
So white potato, veg,
it's all there.
Turkey,
cranberry sauce, bread sauce, whatever else you get.
Yep.
I mean, you're gonna eat a lot, but you can eat healthy in a way without. And have fun and not be so strict. So you can't.
Yeah, I would say don't restrict yourself from foods, but definitely continue to eat mindfully.
Yes, sir. Well, nicely said. And obviously, consumption of fluids you'd go with.
Yeah, just
minimal. Well, not minimal.
Minimum. Yeah, I mean like
people are going to go hell for leather.
Yeah,
but
just as with everything, moderation.
Sensible.
Don't absolutely binge. I think another one on fluids as well is stay hydrated.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I was trying to lead you to. So I give that segue to you.
Oh, were you? I thought you were talking about alcohol.
No, because you had
So
cool.
Yeah, just water. Keep yourself hydrated.
Even if you're if you are drinking, just every second drink have a 250 mils of water, 500 mils or something.
Yep, definitely.
Just keep you
going. Touch on that again and when we talk about alcohol.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, cool.
Anyway, like I said, we've got a couple of other tips that will have gone up on our Facebook by the time this podcast comes out. So head over to our Facebook and you can get more tips. It's AG Fitness Training on Facebook, and we can get some tips there. Cool. Anything to add?
If we don't do another podcast, have a good Christmas.
Yeah. No, we definitely will.
Okay. Well, don't have a good Christmas. Don't put up your tree. Don't be people that celebrate Christmas in November. They're the worst.
And here's my Christmas present to all the people watching on YouTube. That was a dab, by the way, for those of you listening to the podcast. Right. Okay. Goodbye.